Welcome back, fellow sleepers. We are still in Citizen Sleeper. We're still in Cycle 1. Still trying to understand what's going on here. We've been to see the doctor. It's Sabine's surgery, and she's going to help us out. But we have to figure out how to contact this dude who will help us get access to these corporate pharmaceuticals. And of course, we also need to help Dragos repay his debt. Now, right now, we only have these two dice left, a 1 and a 2, which are not going to have very good results for us if we try to use them. So let's just do a little bit of exploring. So here we're at a toll booth apparently. After some spacers caused trouble in the low end, Yatagan has imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Well, now we know where we need to come as soon as we get some money. We only have 10 cryo at the moment. Yatagan is the person we need to find to get help with securing our pharmaceuticals. But we need 60 credits to get into where he lives, so we can't even do that. So he's at low end. We've been to the Bright Market. We've been to Sabine's surgery. We can't go any further along that way. The dock is where Drago works, and the rotunda is where we started. Dock C4. I don't think we've been to, well, I don't know. Oh, so we've been to Dragos' yard. So I guess we haven't been to these docks yet. Here's our home, the empty container, and here's the shipyard. Let's go look at the shipyard. There's nothing else we can look at yet. Let's go to the shipyard. So we have repeatable actions. We can assist the shipbuilder. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, then you might be in. So that's risky. So apparently we can do these quests or these actions to build up the yard hand wheel, which will allow us to get better jobs at the shipyard, I'm guessing. So we could assist a shipbuilder using our engineering, or we could haul materials. Now we have a -1 to the dice, and it's already a dangerous activity. So if we used our 2, that would be a 1, which would be almost a guaranteed bad result. So we're not going to haul materials. I think I'm going to see what happens if we go to sleep while we have these dice. Will these dice stay with us, or will they go away? What can we do at the docks? Helion crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. So this is a cycle clock, which means this will fill up on its own. Apparently there's no actions here that we can do. So over time, this cycle clock will fill up by itself. We don't have any data. And then eventually I'm guessing one of these merchants will be here. And then this is the rotunda. Okay, steel dock plans. Havenage security have to have plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place, and the most dangerous. Explore the rotunda. The rotunda of the old dock is filled with passageway and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays. Now that's risky. So if we fail that, then we will be on the Havenage watch list. If we succeed, I'm guessing we'll be a dock watcher, which means we'll get to know more about the dock. But again, we only have bad dice available to us. Dock B2. It takes several cycles to reach the starboard belt and return, loaded with scrap from old wrecks. So I'm guessing there'll be stuff here in 4 cycles. So let's go back to our scrap heap, our container, and end cycle. And see what happens. Will we get new dice, or will we still have that 1 and the 2? Is it going to force us to eventually use bad dice? Now we're starving. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Let's touch it. You find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. I guess our cyber brain is maybe interacting with the station networks or the electronics. The flow passes through you so rapidly that you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling you in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours, all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored. And then it is gone. Alright, so we still have the 1 and the 2. Now we have a 4, but we're also starving. So I guess we don't have any money. So can we go here to Dragos' shipyard? So enduring the manual salvage is safe, so that even if we fail, it's not going to be too bad. Let's see if we can get rid of that. 50% chance of neutral, 50% chance of negative. Let's roll the dice, people. See what happens. Alright, we got a neutral result. So we got +1 for back in business. We got to get this all the way filled up to get our next payday, but we still got 10 cryo, which we need some food. Now we could try that. Now we only have a 1. If we did this, hull dissection would be risky. So what would happen if we use that 1 here? Or should we use our 4 here? Which would give us 25%. So we got a 75% chance of having something not bad happen. So let's just go look around for a minute before we do this. Because if we do this, again, we have 50% neutral, 50% negative, and do we want to roll the dice again? We'll come back and look at this for a second. As I said, all those new things opened up to us, but this is still just 1 cycle clock. We need to find food somewhere. The Rotunda doesn't have any food. Dock B2 is we're just waiting for him. So can we go to the bright market? We don't know what we can buy though. We have to have a 3 local knowledge. You can find everything and anything here. So we can explore the market. Let's use that. How bad could this be? How bad could this be? Negative, so we lost an energy. So that's that up there, that's fading. So now we can use this dice, which is going to give us a pretty good chance of having something good happen. But if we don't get all the way up to... Alright, so we got local knowledge now, but we don't have enough. But we can't buy anything. We can't put that there, right? No. Apparently we can drag that somewhere, but we can't drag it anywhere here. So where are we going to find food? I don't understand how we could have found food in the game in the first place. Alright, so we're still waiting for... She's still getting our stabilizer, so we have to wait for her. Oh, Emphas. Street food vendor, good job. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. Well, who wouldn't want some grilled fungus? Could have just said mushrooms, couldn't he? You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. The stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Let's approach him. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Let's thank him. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you, you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Let's tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and the dark of the container and the endless cycle spent within it. Now, it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you are unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar, the flame, and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You can't see them on the picture. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. Fusion reactor. You'll be back. Now I'm getting hungry. Alright, so now we have a new drive. So what's our new drive? Get to know Emphas. So these are our quests. Survive, repay Dragos, get to know Emphas. So now we're out of dice for the day. What if we go back to Emphas's stall? Okay, so we can order fungus for 15. We're not hungry at the moment. We're still fading in our energy. So 15 cryo, so that's not too bad. And every time we buy, it looks like we're going to get a fungus fan. We're going to get a fungus fan point, I guess we could call it. This cycle is going to fill up. This wheel is going to fill up, and we'll be a fungus fan eventually, and then that'll unlock the next part of his story. So did anything else new open up? So that's the passage into the low end gate. We don't have any dice we can use. It looks like eventually we can get new dice. We haven't done anything. We don't have any upgrade points. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. But what are interface actions? There's so many things that we don't even know we can do yet. The world, or the eye, is our oyster. Nothing we can do. We go back and Dragos, there's nothing happening here. We can't do anything here without dice. So it looks like we're going back to sleep. I wonder if we're going to have another big dream sequence. How many dice will we get when we dream? Will we only get one die? Let's see. Let's see what happens. I wonder if we'll be back to starving. How much does our hunger go down each turn? A lot. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. What should we do? Should we focus on the threads or should we focus on the nodes? I agree, viewers, we should focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the path and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. Kind of like when you first explored the internet, isn't it? So many paths and opportunities and boxes you could open up. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads, pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. We go for the first line or the second line? Go for the first one. Ooh, the screen shook. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. I guess we knew we couldn't get away from the corporation with this body. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. So who's hunting for us? Ooh, we got some good dice now. We only have one sort of bad dice. We're not starving yet. We got one guaranteed success dice. So let's see if anything new appears. Tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside of you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Alright, there's the eye button. And there's the nodes. So this is a Haven Gate H4. Not Havenage, yeah. Havenage Gate H4. And we have key node 0102. Is that the one that went to... No, it's separate. These little ones don't do anything, right? Another Havenage agent. Another key node, another Havenage agent. Solheim Gate 7. Key node 463. So let's see. Obviously they want us to use... Ooh, there's a Yadigan agent. Yadigan agent. Tutorial data actions. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. So it looks like we have to have either a 1 or a 3 to access this data. We don't have any of them. Alright, so let's leave this one. So we can't get to the Yadigan agent. The key node, we have to have either a 1 or a 2. So let's choose our 2. So the node pulses faintly as it mines cryo at a glacial pace, abandoned by the hacker that repurposed it. Oh, somebody was Bitcoin mining here a long time ago. Alright, so let's see if we can get some more chits or more cryo because we're going to be hungry again very soon. Bypassed it. Good. So let's extract the data and see what we get. We got an encrypted key. The stream of passcode is able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. Well, that's unfortunate because I really needed some money. Alright, but we can use this to... Alright, so we only have so many dice. I want to go back here to help Dragos, who's our friend. So if we do this one, we got a guaranteed success. I think we can get some good money off of this one. Let's see what happens. Because it was risky. Alright, we got 2 for back in business, and we got 15 cryo, and we got 1 for a debt called in. So now we're up to 35 cryo, which means we can afford 2 servings of fungus. Sounds fun to say it. Now we could do some more manual salvage, but we got a -1 on that. So that would give us a 25% chance of something bad happening. If we did this, same thing, because we don't have a modifier there. Let's leave here. What's data? Doesn't show anything. Alright, so our data is this key code. So I don't know if there's any maglocks though. Let's go up here to doc C4. We can't do anything with this yet. So let's go back and get some food, because obviously that's what we're going to need. We need 1 more cycle for Sabine. So let's go to emphasis stall. Order another thing of fungus, so that we can get we got energy, and we got some fungus, and we're no longer starving. We're a fungus fan, and we still have some credits left over. So there's the low end gate. And how do we get past that? Oh, we have to have 60 cryos, so we're going to have to save up our money. So do I want to use this dice, or do I want to save it? So the only thing we can really use it on is another hacking node. Or we can use it at Haven Gate, right? We could use it here. We don't want to use it there. This would be risky to assist a shipbuilder. That would give us 25% positive. That would give us a 25% chance of having something bad happen. So let's go back and look at the nodes again. Alright, so Haven Gate H4. If we did this one, we need an item. We don't have the correct item, right? So we have to have 1 Havenage cipher, and we don't have one of those. Alright, so that's a gate. This is a key node. So if we did this one, we could do a 2 or a 3, so we can't even do that one yet. So let's go here. So we can't do that one. Here's a Havenage agent. We need a 2 or a 3. We can't do that one. We might just have to go ahead and do the thing we were going to do. No, we need another 3 again. And then there's another Havenage agent. We need a 3 again, a 2 or 3. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. Solheim Gate. Solheim Gate conceals a network of systems should be untouched since the Solheim collapsed. And we need a Solheim cipher. Where we're going to get that. Another key node. Needs a 2 or a 3. So I'm seeing the pattern here. We need 2 or 3s for that. Or 1 or 3 for the Yadigan agent. So I'm going to guess. Alright, so let's go back and do some more work for Dragos. We can do the safe one, which won't get us as much money, but I'm thinking that if we have a bad outcome. Alright, so we got 10 more cryo, and we're 1 more towards back in business. What back in business gives us, I don't know. Every salvager knows they're always just 1 lucky haul away from their next payday. So now we've got 30 credits, 30 cryo, and it's time to sleep again. And then when we get up tomorrow, was there one of these other things? Alright, so Sabine's surgery will be full. So let's go to sleep. Our empty container. Alright, so we'll lose 2 energy and 2 condition. So it's 2 of these and 2 of these, I believe. Alright, hunted. Something out there is tracking you. Following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 cycles before they get here. So I have to use our time wisely, my friends. In the cycle. See if we have another dream. No dream this time. So we have a 1, and we have another really good chance of success. We got a 50-50 chance of success. So the 1, we know we need that for the data nodes. And then these 2, well, I think that was for a data node too. So we might have 2 data nodes and 1. We can finish up that. Finish up the dock one. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Thing is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now? He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? You pass together into the main walkway. Havenage. We are all one dysfunctional family. Thing puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Havenage. Think of us as an administrative association for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to, or a continuation of, Andre Erlen's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or 2 to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Dun dun dun. And that is a good place to stop this episode. It doesn't look like... Oh, alright, so Sabine's ready for us. Bright Market. Might be able to start exploring that now that we have a good dice. And we got some data nodes to look at. So things are moving along. We got somebody hunting us. And we got some sort of dark entity at the center of the eye drawing us in. And now we know a little bit more about Havenage. And we have a new friend. So, that's where we'll stop this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time, Sleeper.